had a really strong campaign last season. We're unfortunate in relation to the pandemic cut short their promotion charge, and similar to ourselves, lost out in devastating fashion through the playoffs. But recruited well again on the back of that, 8 or 9 good signings and some good players and some good calibre of players in terms of their recruitment. So they've strengthened again, and that's the reason that they're near the top and will be challenging this season. We fully understand what a good team Cheltenham are, and we can talk all day long about the individuals they've got at their disposal, but we've got to concentrate on ourselves. Hopefully we'll go there in good spirits on the back of a few good victories and confidence boosting in terms of the scoreline in those victories as well. And we'll give it a good game, give it a good go. Be great to play in front of some sort of audience, so to speak, and see some supporters inside the stadiums. But hopefully it's a good game of football.
And it's been a long week, hasn't it? A lot of travelling. I guess it's nice to have an away game that in relative terms is just up the road. Yeah,
to a certain extent. Look, long old way from Exeter to Kent, and then obviously Grimsby in the week. And it will actually be quite an early start on Saturday, because we'll have to get up for pre-match at Cheltenham or near Cheltenham. So they're long days, and it's a culmination and a continuation of these long days, which will at some stage take its toll on this group. Hopefully the motivation is there in terms of a second versus third clash towards the top end of the table. So I never really have to motivate this group of players. But we've got to be mindful of what they've done previously. And at some stage, it will start taking its toll. Hopefully it's not this weekend. And if we can preempt it, then we'll make changes.
You said that it is, just Exeter's location means everywhere it's a fairly long way, but our away form's been fairly good. That's 10 unbeaten on the road now.
Yeah, we've been strong away from home. We want to keep on picking up as many points as we can. It makes it a 2-day affair when we go away. You know yourself with the press, it's long old days, a lot of travelling. For some reason, when you sat on a coach or sat in a car or sat down in a long period, you feel knackered afterwards. Not quite sure why. It's ironic, really. But that's part and parcel of being an Exeter City member staff or Exeter City player. This group is certainly used to it, and we can never use it as an excuse. And we've got some home games to come, and Cheltenham being one of our more local opposition or opponents means it's not too bad on Saturday. Like I say, we can talk at length about the distance we've travelled in the last week or so. We're looking forward to this weekend. Good game of football, 2 good teams, 2 teams in form, 2 teams who try and play the right way. And you say it time and time again, but you want the game to live up to expectation. Sometimes they don't. I remember the 0-0 draw last season where both teams kind of cancel each other out. Sometimes it turns into a cagey affair where a team doesn't want to lose or both teams don't want to give anything away. There's still a long way to go in this season as yet, so I think both teams will be trying to win a game on Saturday.
Obviously, you'll be delighted with the recent form and that we're winning games, but how excited does this team make you? 13 goals in 7 days, and they're coming from all over the pitch as well.
Yeah, it's only exciting if we get to keep them all together, which probably won't happen, unfortunately. Obviously, January's a month away, and the end of the season will have a big bearing on what happens to this squad of players. But it's pleasing to see how well they're doing. The young ones always get the plaudits, and rightly so, because we've always got 4, 5, possibly 6 academy products within our ranks or within our starting 11, and that's a great reflection. And you feel part of their journey. But some of the senior ones are performing really well at the moment as well. So it's a collective. We know what we're working towards. We know the potential of the group, which is incredible when you look at it. But as with always at Exeter City, you worry about what's to come in the future. We want to keep that group of players together as long as we possibly can, because we feel they'll keep on improving. They've made huge strides in a short period of time. And I mentioned previously, some of these young players are exceeding expectations in terms of where we were at the start of the season. But, if we do fail this season, or if we do fall short at some stage this season, it'll be doing it the right way.
Of course, more good news in the week was obviously the return of Jonny Rocks Stadium. It's really good to have him back, because, we were all warming to Jokel, but I think we all wanted that permanent goalkeeper back.
Yeah, first and foremost, credit to Jokel, credit to Reading in terms of allowing us to take him, his family in terms of producing such a good young man, a teenager who came in and played a lot of games in quick succession in a league he'd never played in league football before, and performed exceptionally well. Certainly one we're going to keep an eye on in the future. But Johnny's bided his time in terms of he had to be patient at the start of the season. Unfortunate to pick up that freak injury, so to speak, in terms of the dislocation of his kneecap. And he's worked hard with his rehab, so pleasing to get his first game under his belt on Tuesday. Hopefully he'll go from strength to strength once he gets in the rhythm of his games. And Lewis Ward isn't too far away as well. So, from having no fit senior keepers, in the next few weeks we'll hopefully have 2 fit senior keepers fighting for the competition for that number 1 spot. So, obviously Johnny's got that shirt at the moment, and hopefully he'll keep performing.
Fans are going to be returning to the game at Cheltenham, and obviously we will follow on Tuesday. Is it going to be strange having them back, almost as strange as it was when they weren't here at first?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be strange on the back of a different atmosphere as well. So there'll be noise, but it won't be the old school noise we've been used to for the past few seasons. I managed to get some, not footage, but watch some clips of the games which were played last night. Great to see people there, but to see them standing apart and in mass, and you certainly make more noise and move more when you're in groups. But that can't happen at the moment. We've got to be mindful of the guidelines and the safety aspect of it. So I still think it'll be strange, and certainly the supporters might feel uneasy on their first game back. The Cheltenham supporters this weekend, and then our supporters on Tuesday. No one will quite know what it's like until it happens. And then it'll be an experience. It'll be another experience on top of what we've experienced for the last 8 months, but a step in the right direction.
Last couple of questions then for you. A superb win for the under-18s last night, who, just like the first team, looks like they're going from strength to strength. Yeah,
probably their best performance of the season. They'd managed to get through the first 2 rounds, where they've probably not played at their best, but found a way to win. I thought they were excellent last night. Bournemouth were a good team. They were a little bit one-dimensional in terms of the way they played, which allowed us to really set up an aggressive nature. And second half, there was only one team on top. I can't recall Jack Arth having too much to do in the second half of that game. And we were deserved winners. And to take a championship scalp at this stage of the competition is a great reflection for that group of players and that staff as well. Hopefully they'll get another draw, which is a winnable tie. Similar to ourselves when we're watching the draw. When was it, last Monday when Chef Wednesday came out? I'm sure Chad and Kevin and all those players will be doing the same. I'm not sure when that draw is, but the quicker that comes around, the better, because that group of players are in a good place as well.
And you touched on my last question there, your reaction to that FA Cup draw. It was so close to Chelsea away, but Sheffield Wednesday at home. We can look at that and think that it's a fairly decent tie.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the draw for a while, weren't we? And you were looking at the big teams left, and Chelsea was obviously there for a long period, and then that one went. Look, we're at home, which is a big thing, which will give us a chance. But any Tony Pulis team, you've got to understand what they're going to do when they come to our place. But there's a lot of games before then, and a lot of things which can happen before then. So as soon as that comes around, our focus will turn to Sheffield Wednesday. But like I said, a lot of games before that. But something the players deserve to look forward to in January, and like we spoke about there, hopefully some of our fans who can be there as well.